What's up? Welcome to Sports Roundtable. I am your host, Brandon Big D Hickman, and we're talking basketball this week. Exciting playoffs from last week, and now folks are jumping into the playoffs. I got Coach Queen here. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good.
Doing well. Playoffs, we want to look at the playoffs. Tough loss at the end of the playoffs, not playoffs, but tournament, sorry. Played Hoggett versus Hanover, 59-54, right there.
Yeah, we had a good week last week. Had to play all three New Hanover County schools in the tournament. Beat Ashley in the first round, Laney in the second round, and played Hanover for a third time. And we had fallen behind the first two times by double figures at halftime, and so we knew we needed to do some different things. And our kids did a great job executing our game plan. With about 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, they were 3 of 11 from three, and we had done a really good job. And then over the last 13 minutes, they made 6 out of their 7 threes. And wow. When a team shoots it like that, it's really hard to overcome. And They just played really well. They made I thought it was a high level game. Both teams played well. They just made more plays than us down the stretch.
Let's look at
we've got highlights from all 3 of those games.
Okay.
And tough one with Ashley. We had played. When you're playing teams that you've beaten, multiple times, it's hard. When you're going up against them for a third time. And
right.
We got off to a good start, and then Ashley kept battling, and they were. We told our kids that they needed to win that game to be able to keep playing, and they played incredibly hard, and it was a battle right down into the fourth quarter. We did a good job. Multiple people. Scoring points for us, and we're able to do some stuff both inside and outside. But I thought our defense was great in this game. We held them to 41 points, and we're able to pull out the win. And then Laney in the semifinals. I felt like the first 2 times we played Laney, they were really not at full strength, and in this game they were. And it was a great game. Just went back and forth. I don't think any team led by more than 7 points in the whole game. And they hit a 3 at the end of regulation to tie it and send it into overtime. And then we were down 2, and we'll see the shot here coming up in a minute. But the first quarter was really high scoring. First quarter. We were up 18-17 at the end of the first quarter, and then they had a really good second quarter and had the lead going into halftime. Okay. You see Luke Lamport there with a couple of big plays. He had a great game for us. Jackson Massey making a nice post move right here, but it did. It just went right down to the wire, and right here's the play. We're down 2 right here, and in overtime, and Cam Blanks hits that 3 to win the game for us. That was about 13 seconds left. And here's the game with New Hanover, and we shot 50% from the floor. We only gave up 2 offensive rebounds. We did a lot of really good things that we knew that we needed to do to be able to win. They did a really good job defending Brady Rankin, but he didn't force a lot of stuff, and we had a couple other kids that really took advantage of how they were playing him to be able to get some baskets. And Sebastian Hedera right here making this. Sebastian had what I thought was his best game of the season. He had not played well in the first 2 games against New Hanover, and he played really well in this one. Like I said, we just we had an opportunity. But they made the plays they needed to, knock down the shots they needed to down the stretch to be able to get the win. Not a whole lot of difference, I think, last year and this year between us and them. Last year we beat them 3 times. This year they beat us 3 times, right. And I'm not sure either year there was that much difference between us. but they've got a young group that really shoots it well,
Right.
and they did what they needed to do to be able to win the game.
This week you get prepared to go in from tournament into playoffs, Coach
Right.
Queen. And I do have to say congrats on the season. 12-2 is not a bad record.
No, we've had a great year, 21-6 overall,
Right,
and hopefully we can have a good week. We got an interesting situation in that we get a first round bye, and in the second round we're going to play somebody that we've played before. We play the winner of the Laney Holly Springs game.
Correct.
It would be the fourth time playing Laney
Wow.
this year, and then we also played Holly Springs in a Martin Luther King Day game.
That's right.
Where they really slowed the game down on us, and they beat us 34-33. They hit a three with
Wow.
their 6'9" center hit a three with about 5 seconds left to win that game.
Okay.
So either way, it's a tough matchup. We're either playing somebody that we're trying to beat for a fourth time, which is a huge challenge, or we're playing somebody that has already beaten us. And so it's a tough second round matchup, but we'll be at home, and we'll have 3 days to kind of prepare. The good thing is we know something about whoever we're going to play, so we can
Right.
really prepare during practice even before we know for sure who our opponent will be.
And I've been reminding folks that, hey, remember, as we get into the playoffs, as we are 3A, 4A split, Hoggett splits off and goes to the 4A playoffs.
Right. Yep.
And Hanover splits and goes
Right.
to the 3A
Yep.
playoffs.
Laney and us
And
will be in
Laney,
the 4A,
right.
and then New Hanover's in the 3A. So
Correct.
we're competing, and there's no chance that we could see each other again. We can see Laney, but not New Hanover.
Right. So 4A playoffs, a bye on Tuesday, and then
Thursday at home at 7:00.
Hey, get ready, Hoggett fans. It's playoff time. It's a whole new season. So you're 0-0, you're 0-0. So get ready to find out what's going on this Thursday, and make sure you get on out to Hoggett High School as they take on the winner of Holly Springs or Holly Springs Laney game. We'll be right back with more Sports Roundtables, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B Hickman. Like I said, it's an exciting time. It was an exciting time when the season started for basketball, men's varsity basketball. But right now, we're talking about just getting out of tournament and getting ready to go into playoffs. Coach Angel is here. How you doing?
I'm good.
Hanover basketball, men's varsity. We're talking about it. Look really well inside of, let's go back for us, 13-1 record. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then inside of the tournament, you come off on the 21st over Hoggett, 59-54.
Yeah, it was a good week. We started out Monday with North Brunswick, a 3:30 game, which always worries me. It's
That early.
Yeah, playing that early and sunspots on the floor, and kids are like, we're usually in school at this time, and North we had beaten them, twice before, kind of handily, and then I just kept telling the kids, we can't overlook anything, and they came out, played really well. The Beatty kid had 40.
Big
you could
senior.
tell, yeah, he's a good player. You could tell it was his last high school game, and he did his thing. So we were fortunate enough to get through that, and then we had the semifinal game on Wednesday against West Brunswick, which was another grind.
It's a tough game, yeah.
The last 3 minutes we kind of ran away with it at the end, but it was right there, possession or two the whole game with them, and they've been really tough all year. Correct. And then fortunate enough, Hoggard, they came out with a really good game plan on Friday. They mixed up their defenses on us a little bit. They executed their offense really well, and Sebastian Hedera had a good game. Their post guys had a good game, but we were fortunate enough to get by them for the championship.
I seen a lot of run and gun. I was able to watch the game.
No, we weren't able to run and gun in that.
Yeah, I seen a lot of run and gun. Then it was slowing down.
Yeah, they took us out of transition.
Yeah.
They did a really good job of their defensive transition. And our kids, our young guys, which we got a lot of them, they were frustrated with the change in defenses. And I told them at halftime, I said, it is what it is. You're going to have to, if we're going to win the game, it's going to be in the half court. So. And I said, let's try to get some live ball turnovers so we can get it up and down. And JJ got a couple of back-to-back steals and dunks and got us going a little bit there at the end, and we were fortunate enough to make some free throws and win it.
Right. What do you say inside of it? It's tournament time, clean slate, and we're going on. We're in the Hogger game, which is a big game, regardless.
Yeah.
As far as the conference is concerned, what do you say to your guys coming into that last quarter?
Well,
it was tight.
Just stay poised, and I mean they're very well coached, good basketball team, and just reinforcing what we're trying to do, and just stay poised. Great body language, great energy. Play for each other, not with each other, and stuff like that. And they did a good job of it down the stretch.
Right. Like I've been explaining to everyone, as we get, because it's a 3A, 4A split conference. When we get past it, so once again, congratulations on the tournament.
Thank you.
And as we get past the tournament, it splits and you go to the 3A playoffs, which you now have the second seed.
So we know we won't have to see Hoggard again for a fourth time, but there is a chance if we're fortunate enough to get in the first round, if we can get a win against Roxborough Person, that we could potentially see West Brunswick for a fourth time.
Right.
It would be at home, and everybody says, well, great, you have them at home. Well, that's where they beat us, was at our place. So it's, kind of the draw's not great, but it is, this time of the year, if you survive and advance, you got to play. You just got to keep winning to keep advancing. So we'll play whatever.
So tomorrow night you play Person. At home.
7 o'clock.
At home at New Hanover High School, and if you beat that game, you could play the winner of West Brunswick Eastern Wayne. Yeah. Which would be a fourth time.
If it's West, it would be our fourth time playing them, which is that's not the ideal situation. But you play the cards you dealt, so it is what it is.
And so you go to the first game. Hey, we're worried about.
Yeah, well, you take it
Tuesday evening.
I'm worried about today's practice first. Like, let's have great practice.
Correct.
And, go into the Person game and high energy and try to get a win, and then we just.
Correct.
Then Wednesday's practice, and then just keep taking it.
It's almost like you had a new season during the tournament, and here's another new season.
Yeah, and we're telling this sense of urgency to the kids. Like, you lose now, it's over. I mean, it just like that. Like, there is no next practice or next game. You got to take care of business now.
Big to say that to them. Who do you see standing out right now that's taking the pressure?
Makai Stanley's been really, really good.
Okay.
And he'll tell you he's benefited with playing with our guards, our young guys. D. Barnett's been fantastic over the last month. He's, I'm the guy. I made the comment the other night. I'm the guy on the sideline, but he's the guy on the floor. This making everything go, and he's matured a lot with his. When things are going bad, his body language has gotten better. He's become more of a vocal leader in a positive way, and he's been fantastic. James Jones Jr., JJ, he's really come on of late, and he was starting a lot of games. And I tell our kids all the time, we could potentially have 9 starters, so don't get into that. Like it doesn't matter the first 5 that run out there. Just don't even because they're young, and sometimes they start thinking I'm not starting today or whatever. But JJ, he got sick and missed a game. So when he came back, we've been bringing him off the bench, and I don't know if that's made him more relaxed or whatever. But he's really been he's been a bucket here the last couple of weeks.
Very big. New Hanover High School, get ready. You're home tomorrow against Person. If you win that, you may potentially play West Brunswick or Eastern Wayne, one of the two.
Yep, on Thursday.
So get ready. I need all the Wildcat fans. You need to be in the gym before 7 and ready, because 7 o'clock is tip-off for playoffs 3A. We're in the 3A playoffs right now, second seed, and congrats, Coach, on everything you got going on.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll be right back with more Sports Roundtable, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B Hickman, and once again, we talk basketball. I've been able to talk to not all of them, but majority of the men's varsity. But we got to talk about the women and how exciting basketball is right now. I got Coach Gail here, Ashley High School. How you doing, Coach?
Good. How are you?
I've been on you all season. Talk to me, Coach. First of all, congratulations. Conference wins 14-0. Undefeated in the conference, 23-4 all around. You smoke it, Coach. Talk to me. You came off of inside of the tournament you beat Laney 53-41. So this was like the third time you had to play Laney. Is that correct?
Yep.
Tell us about that coming out of that tournament. Sorry.
Yeah. We finished and did what we wanted to do at the end of the week. Okay. So, each game, we pretty much set the tempo and the control of the game, and mainly started with defense. And on Thursday, the semifinal game, it wasn't our best defensive effort, but we were putting up some points. Okay. Mia set a school record with 8 threes in a night. She had 7 the Thursday before. She tied a school record when we were at Laney for that overtime game. Man. And then on the next Thursday, she hit 8. So she set the pace with those 3-pointers, and we got points from her and Sanaya. And then I said our focus going into Friday's night championship game was defense. I wanted to make sure that we were playing a little bit better defense, and it was a tight game to start out, the first halfway through the first quarter, and then we kind of took control over it and never kind of looked back.
Coach, I caught some of the playoffs. I mean, not playoffs, but tournament, and it seems to me, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, it seems like a calming situation. They were very, they've been gel, but it was like a calming, okay, let's go out here and play. Let's play at our pace. Let's kind of control it from our pace. Do you see that when they're on the court?
Oh, without a doubt. Okay. And that's what you kind of want to see this time of year.
Yeah.
Is that they trust each other. There's lots of chemistry. We're getting points from steals. We're getting points from our offense. They're playing together. They're having fun. Besides me and Sanaya putting up a lot of points, but we also got some inside presence the other night too.
Yes.
With offensive rebounds and pokebacks, and then just feeding the post, feeding each other well, Bryn and Lexi. So when you have an all-around game like that, you feel pretty comfortable. And like you said, once we got after that 10-point lead, it was secure 10 points the whole rest of the game.
Got you. I see. You will have a bye, so no play tomorrow.
Nope.
But you will play Thursday.
Yes.
And you will probably play the winner of Knightdale Heritage game.
Right.
At home.
Yes.
So because you're winning inside of the 4A seed, I mean in the 4A, you will have home advantage.
That's right.
So that's 7 o'clock on Thursday.
It might be 6.
6.
We have to talk to whoever wins that game, and since they have to travel pretty far, if they want to bump it up to 6 so they get it home the next night at a reasonable hour,
Gotcha.
that night for the next day of school, we may do that for them, bump it up to 6. So we just have to have a agreement of what time we want to play.
All right, and we'll let you know right here on Sports Roundtable whether that game is going to be 7 or at 6. I'm seeing your leader, I mean, undeniably, Sanaya Rivers and Mia. But Sanaya is definitely playing at a level that, is uncomparable.
Oh, yeah.
Which is amazing.
The whole tournament, she averaged a double-double. I mean, basically almost all conference play she did.
Yes.
And a couple games she even had a triple-double. And, I think she was telling her teammates, I got you. If you need something, if you need a pass, a rebound, a basket, whatever we need, I'm here for you. I got you.
Right.
So, she's just one that's going to put the team on her back and help out in any way she can.
Going into the playoffs, what do you tell your young ladies? Because if you lose one, time to go to the house. We're done for this.
We don't want to talk about losing. We want to talk about winning.
Right.
So, so I never want to bring up any negative.
Exactly.
I'm just going to stay with the positives. And, I think deep down that they know that, but they also know that they are capable of beating any team out there in the state, and the way we play, and we've seen these teams before, in the Christmas tournament. We didn't do so well, but we were -2 starters, and it's this time of year that there's no turning back. It's gas pedals down, and we're not letting off.
Oh, you heard it from Coach Gail. I put on the spot every week. That's what it's all about. This Thursday, either 6 or 7, we'll let you know. They'll be playing at home at Ashley, the winner of Knightdale versus Heritage. So we're going to find out what's going on. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the tournament, and good luck going forward on the playoffs.
Thank you.
I look to see some great things from Ashley High School. So get ready. We'll be right back with more Sports Roundtable, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I'm your host, Brandon Big B. Once again, we're talking basketball right now. We're on the women's side, women's varsity side, and I got Coach Sampson here, head coach for New Hanover High School Wildcats women's varsity. How you doing, Coach?
Doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm well. You went to Brunswick County, was in the actual tournament, and that last game, North Brunswick nailed bite at the end.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me.
We, as I've told you all year, we're pretty young,
Right.
and we got in a position to close the game, and we couldn't hit some free throws, and girls got a little nervous.
Gotcha.
So we ended up losing by 1.
Yeah, this is nail bite. I saw.
Yeah, it was actually a really good game. Coach Travis, Mr. Fortune does a great job. Coach Fortune does a great job over there. If I had to lose to anybody, I'm okay with losing.
Okay, that's what it is. Now, going back to just conference play, 6 and 8 in the conference put you 4th in the 3A split 4A conference. And I've been telling folks, like I told, we were informing folks when Coach Angel was up here. And when we get to this part, Hanover splits off and goes into the 3A playoff situation. And that's where we're at right now. Coming up tomorrow, you'll be going up against D.H. Conley from Greenville.
Yes, sir.
In Greenville.
In Greenville.
At 7 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock, so you
Yes,
guys
sir.
are early because you can get
Yes,
back
sir.
on time.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you're looking at going into that.
They're a pretty good team.
Okay.
Overall, I know I talked to Coach Birding from Laney. They played them in a tournament.
Okay.
And as we were talking, and from what I understand, they're a lot like Laney. They
Okay.
move the ball very well.
Okay.
They've got a freshman point guard who's really good, and glimpses of Sanaya in a way. And then they have a shooting guard, number 23.
Okay.
She's really good.
How, if I may ask this, I want to ask you this. I just want to give you a statement, and then I want you to respond on it if you can. How big is this for them, when I say them, your young ladies, to be as young as they are and be in the playoffs? Is that a big thing?
Yeah.
For them? Are you telling them?
Well, no, I mean, it was an expectation when the season started.
Got you.
I mean, our whole thing was, top on the 3A bracket side. Let's win that and go from there. But since we had, our record wasn't above 500. So even though we got the top spot on the 3A side, we had to go in as an at-large team.
Right.
And that's the reason why we're playing D.H. Conley.
I got you. How do you get prepared before tomorrow? Because I know did you have, after tournament play, did you have practice? You have practice today, and then you go into the situation
That's the
tomorrow?
big thing, is today's practice.
Okay.
We practiced 2 days last week after our tournament, after we were lost in the tournament. Just trying to polish up some of the things that we didn't do very well.
Okay.
This weekend's been more of, I guess you could say, let's find out what we can about D.H. Conley.
Yeah.
So we've been, talking to the girls a little bit, and when we go in today, we've got a game plan that we're going to put together and explain it to the girls, and if we can go out and execute it, maybe we can shock the world.
Hey, I'm here for shocking the world.
I like it.
Hey, New Hanover High School girls basketball, we're going to get on the road and go to Greenville as they play D.H. Conley at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So all my fans, all my parents, all my Wildcats is ready. Let's get on the road and go to Greenville tomorrow. The game's at 6 o'clock as they go against D.H. Conley. And congrats on your season and playoffs. Good luck going to the playoffs.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Yes, we'll be right back with more Sports Roundtable. It's all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I am your host, Brandon Big B Hickman. Basketball is exciting, especially on the women's side, women's varsity in our high school in New Hanover County. We're talking Laney Buccaneers women, the Lady Buccaneers, going through actually conference tournament time. You held on, Coach Birding. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good.
We got to the playoffs. I mean, to the end, not playoffs, but the end of the championship game.
We did.
Finals.
Yep.
Saw Ashley. You've seen Ashley 4 times now, right? Oh, that
Three.
was 3.
That
Sorry,
was
that's
the
the third
third.
time.
That was the third.
Saw them for the 3rd time. Played them. They pulled out right there at the end.
Yeah.
53-41. But your young ladies played. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. They played extremely hard. We had a couple girls getting a little bit of foul trouble early, which kept them off the court a little bit. But we had our opportunities. We had our chances.
Okay.
Missed some quality shots. Not upset with the shots, but they just didn't go in. And
right.
Against a team like that, you've got to capitalize on every opportunity that you have.
Very big. Time for second place. 11-3 is not a bad record, Coach.
Yeah.
For a conference.
Yeah.
Overall, 21-5.
Yep.
Good record. So congrats to you on that.
Thank you.
So we come out of tournament play, and we get another season almost.
Yes.
Playoffs. Inside of the playoffs this week, you are you against? Let me see where you're at.
Cardinal Gibbons.
Cardinal Gibbons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are home tomorrow night against Cardinal Gibbons.
Right.
So we're at 6, and the boys have a home game as well.
Okay.
After us, so that'll be nice that it's a home game. It's a doubleheader. Hopefully we can get the gym packed out. But Cardinal Gibbons is always a quality team.
Yes.
They play in an extremely tough conference.
Right.
So for them to come in as an at-large, they're definitely a quality team.
Right. What do you get? How do you get your young ladies prepared? We're coming out of tournament play. Did we go right into practice, getting ready for playoffs, or did we take a break and then what happened?
So we didn't know who we were going to play until yesterday, when the seeding was finalized, the brackets were finalized. So today, we've extended practice a little bit, but that's just so that we can get in some film time as well as court time to make sure that we're ready for tomorrow.
I see your leaders on the court. Did anybody emerge inside of, because it's a lot of pressure inside of tournament time, going in right into playoffs. Did you see someone emerge as, hey, you know what, I'm going to step up a little bit during this time and really receive the pressure as a positive thing?
Yeah, all around, the whole team played well on Tuesday against West. Everybody got to play, which is always a good thing. And then Thursday, Jackie Hill, she's a junior for us. She had a big game for us against Hoggard. She led us with 14 points and just was doing a really good job of getting to the rim.
Right.
And they had a tough time stopping that. So she definitely stepped up and carried that over into Friday as well.
All right. So tomorrow at Laney, 6 p.m., the Buccaneers is going down heavily, major way, Cardinal Gibbons, and we need a gym pack for the young ladies for women's varsity. What do you say to your young ladies as they go into playoffs, because it's a whole different type of pressure?
Yeah, so we talk about it being a new season.
Right.
You start out at 0-0. This one's just you lose and go home. So playing to win, not playing not to lose. With that chip on your shoulder and executing what we've worked on all year long and trusting that every team that is in playoffs belongs there.
Right.
They're there for a reason, so not taking anybody for granted.
Exactly, and they got to have the eye of the tiger. Well, the eye of the Buccaneer.
Yes.
The one good eye. You know what I'm saying? You got the patch on the other one. All right, so Sports Roundtable is not coming to a close, but we're going to be back. But I want you to get out to Laney tomorrow and check them out as the young ladies, as the varsity Buccaneers, women's Buccaneers go up against Cardinal Gibbons at 6 p.m. We want all the Buccaneers out there, family, the fans, everybody, students. We need you there rooting them on as they try to get to the next round of playoffs. And it's playoff times right now. We'll be right back with more Sports Roundtable, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. I am your host, Brandon Big B Hickman. We still talking Buccaneers basketball right now with Coach Davis. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Everything is well. You went into conference tournament.
Yes.
Doing your number. Very good. You come out versus Ashley, 74, Laney 74, Ashley 56.
Well, no. We started out with that was senior night.
That was senior night. I'm sorry, let's go senior night.
Yeah,
so 74, 56, senior night.
That's it.
And then we get into
tournament. We played South Brunswick last Monday night.
Yes.
Played really, really well.
Yes.
Ended up winning by 30.
Yes.
I think we won 27, actually. They hit a shot at the buzzer, three-pointer, so we won by 27. Played really, really well. Felt like we were starting to move in the right direction. Had Hoggard in the semis.
Yes.
And they had beaten us twice in the regular season.
Right.
And just a great, hard-fought game. I mean, we led. I think we were up 5 at the half. Played one of the best games we played all year.
Wow.
And we're down 3 with under 30 seconds to go. Called timeout. Ran a box set for Reese Edwards, and he made a 3 to send it into overtime.
Yes.
And got into overtime and had a 2-point lead, got a big rebound, under a minute to go, got fouled, felt like we were in a good situation and missed the front end of a 1-and-1.
Oh, man.
Gave them the ball back, and they went down. We got another defensive stop, got a rebound, and came back down the floor, got fouled again. 33 seconds to go, down 1, and missed another front end of a 1-and-1.
Wow.
And the Hoggard ended up hitting a 3 with 14 seconds to go.
Yes.
So, hats off to Hoggard. I mean, both teams I felt played really, really well, and they made some shots down the stretch, and we didn't, and didn't get it done like we wanted to.
Now, Coach Edwards, you said something very interesting. You said, I think this is probably one of the best games I've seen them play, being your guys. When you say that, what do you mean as far as the best game? All around, just communicating, passing the ball, running the ball, slowing it down. We need to slow it down.
Yep.
Speed. Is that what you're saying?
That is, I felt like we ran when we needed to run. We took easy opportunities when they were there. When the opportunity wasn't there, we settled down, ran our offense. We got shots where we wanted to get. I thought defensively, they've got 3 really good guards and good post players as well. But Sebastian and Brady Rankin had both hurt us first 2 times. Thought we did a really good job of defending them, which obviously if you can contain them, you give yourself a better chance.
Right.
But I felt like we took care of the basketball, didn't turn it over, and played great defense. Unfortunately, like I told the guys, I said, we finished that game, we get the win. Doesn't mean we're that much of a better team. It's a difference of 1 or 2 points.
Right.
I've had teams before, you lose on Wednesday, you're able to regroup, get their heads back together, ready to go. Because obviously now it's time to go now with the state playoffs.
Hey, speaking of that, it's playoff time.
Yes.
4A playoffs. And I want to congratulate you. Finished 3rd inside of the conference. And then as a 4A, you move on to play Holly Springs.
Exactly.
This Tuesday.
Yes.
Which is cool because the women's varsity has a game on Tuesday as well at home.
Exactly.
And you'll be at home.
Well, that's the thing. If you're a single game, it has its positives because your kids can get in and get shots up.
Right.
You're the only game. But when you have the girls first and then the guys after, it's kind of what you do during the season. So I feel like your guys will be in a normal routine. So we'll treat it just like we do any other game. We'll go in at 6 o'clock when girls tip off. We'll go in the classroom. We'll get our final preparations before the game, and then halftime, guys come in, get their uniforms on, get ready to go. So it'll be like a normal night.
Yes.
Have
you seen Holly Springs before?
I have. They actually were in the MLK event, played Hoggard, so I had a chance to see them.
Okay.
Been able to see them on film some.
A big 6'9" guy on there.
They do. They got size. 6'4", 6'5" guards.
Yeah.
They got a 6'7" kid that's supposedly Division I player.
Okay.
A 6'9" kid also.
Yes.
So a lot of size. They don't like to get up and run a whole lot. So hopefully we can get out, get some.
Well, you know what that means.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
That's it.
It's gonna be a lot of running good. Hopefully they don't see this. Okay.
That's it.
So Holly Springs. So there's a possibility that you may see Hoggard for a 4th time.
Yes.
You beat Holly Springs. You see Hoggard again.
Yeah. When I was in Charlotte, I was in 4A.
Okay.
And back then, that was up to 2010.
Okay.
There were 64 teams in the tournament. Now you only have 48, so you got those buys. So now that first round game is just like a second round game back in the day.
Gotcha.
So every round is just very, very difficult. You know, we're trying to take one game at a time. You know, obviously we like to get that opportunity to get that first round win and have another shot at Hoggard.
Right.
You know, but we'll cross that bridge when the time comes.
Exactly. And if I may, when you start to move around inside of playoffs, teams like a Holly Springs or Eastern Wayne, when they see the word or the name E.A. Laney High School or E.A. Laney Buccaneers, they're like, oh, we got to play that school. Because in their mind, it's like a Jordan school. So they always like, oh,
exactly.
Let's see what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the name, you know, Laney, I mean, you know, I was coming back from Atlanta at Thanksgiving in the airport. Some guys yelling at me, Laney High School, didn't know where Jordan went? And so, you know, it's world known.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody knows that, but we want to be known for our play as well, not just the name. So that's what we're trying to do. Get the program where people fear the players that's on the court and the program as opposed to the school that Michael Jordan played at.
Correct. Get ready. Tomorrow it goes down. It's going to be shortly after, because I want to give you a time. It's going to be shortly after the women's varsity team plays. So check out E.A. Laney. They're going to be going up against Holly Springs right after the 6 o'clock game, because we don't know how the game is going to go, but I'm quite sure they'll be ready 7:30-ish, something like that.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's
it. Good luck.
Thank
Coach
you.
Davis, in the playoffs. Get ready. Some exciting basketball going on in New Hanover County, and we'll be right back with more Sports Roundtable, all brought to you by Papa John's. Welcome back to Sports Roundtable. Still talking basketball, and Hoggard wasn't able to be here, but I want to give you the stats. Hoggard's women's varsity, they weren't here today, but I want to give you the stats on what's going on. They actually finished 11-3, tied for second inside of the 3A, 4A conference split. They're tied for second with E.A. Laney. But I do want to tell you about Hoggard's girls as they go into the playoffs. They actually go onto the 4A side of the playoffs, and Hoggard girls, where they will take on Leesville Road tomorrow night. Leesville Road at 7 o'clock. So get ready for some great action, some great basketball action, because it's playoffs. Once again, you know, if you lose in playoffs, you go home. But we want our New Hanover County schools to keep going. We're proud of you. And that's all for Sports Roundtable. We'll be back next week.